Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Anti Reviews. Today, we're breaking down episode 1 of season 2 of ReZero. I said this about I don't know, 1 to 2 months ago about how I'm gonna make review videos, and I didn't hold up my promise. I had a bunch of other animes that I had to catch up because there was seasonal premieres and everything about that just got ruined. So I decided, why not just take my own pace because nothing really will change if I do season 4 or I just start doing season 2 right now. So I started my mind. I'll be doing review every other day, like it's like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yeah, those 3 days. Hello. After a quick what's this check on my roadmap, I found out I can do it. I'll be doing review on Monday, Tuesday, and Fridays because I only have two. So that's my main goal right now, is to get as many visual videos as there, because I know it's already August soon, so I won't even be there for season 4 to actually review it as it's going on. But I want to build I wouldn't say a dedicated fandom, but I want to build people who actually enjoy my visual reviews instead of hopping into the visual bandwagon hype and just riding the momentum. So right now I'll be just reviewing episodic. Right now I'm starting from season 2 because that's basically where I left off. I left off from season 2. I watched season 1. I dropped it for a few days, for a few years at best. But then what's this? Now I'm going back to my, I wouldn't say my roots, but straight from season 2 and onwards, I'll be giving a dedicated review. All right, now let's begin. The episode starts off. Wait, let me do some quick rescheduling, revamping of things. All right, sorry for the. It's not a wait up. Basically, anyway, the episode starts off with I wouldn't say it's not a recap. It's basically starting off where we left off from season 1. The White Whale. It was this, uh, you know, White Whale Crusade where we killed the White Whale, and now we're going back. We're going back to our place. Probably we're just going back home. Anyway, we got this, fun slice of life moment with Petra, what's this, Subaru and Amelia. And before you get anything, I want to say this. I really don't. It's okay. Anyway, we have this cute slice of life moment with the three of us going back home. Now, I don't remember much of season 1. I know the major things that happened in season 1. So so anyway, this is basically us just going back after the we're going back home after the White Whale, crusade, after we finally killed the White Whale. And Silver is just thinking about the people who actually helped in this crusade. Like Crush and her gang, kind of helped us a lot, because without them, I feel like we wouldn't be able to have been able to gather up that many people to actually help us on this crusade of ours. And then we also have Anastasia and her people who also helped us. This was, if I remember correctly, this was an alliance between three unlikely parties, because we have Amelia, Crash, and Anastasia, who and they're trying to run for it's basically they're running for presidency of the kingdom. Both want to rule the kingdom. I don't know why. I don't know why the emperor didn't leave a legitimate heir to rule the kingdom, because this whole thing is like a real freaking mess right now. Anyway, and thanking the goat Julius. Like, I'm not a big fan of Julius, but I just like him. You just like Julius. I know people hate him for what he did back in season 1 when he beat up Subaru, but I wouldn't say Subaru was expecting it, but he kind of had deserved it, because he was acting a bit snarky, and acting treating people like NPCs, because it's an isekai and he's read about lots of isekai. So in his mind, it didn't click as much that they were actual people. So he was treating some people like NPCs, and we kind of have to bring him back to reality that this is real life, and stuff happens. And this is where the who's Rem meme came from, because I thought this the who's Rem meme came from like season one in the White World, but like we kind of fixed that when we used Return by Death, defeat the White World. But in the episode one, it was like she was asking us again like who's Rem. In my mind I was like, bitch, is the white boy is not dead or what? Because like I saw it in the carriage. Like what's happening right now? Because I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't a whole mission, killing the white wolf so like we can save Amelia and Rem at the same time. But like now Rem is gone for some reason. What the frick is happening right now? Like I seriously made the same face as Subaru. I was like, the fuck is wrong with this girl? Like, is she okay? Like, it was the battle too stressful for her? Like, she kind of forgetting people? Like, I don't know, because I didn't know any other person who could like erase Rem's memories from others, because the white whale was the only thing that canonically could do that, but we killed the white whale. So in my mind, it was like, okay, what's happening right now? Is it like a consequence? Did we not do enough? I don't know what's happening. But if like it, but the episode kind of explains what was happening. Anyway, we kind of meet, the scene arch. We meet to see the archbishops. We meet the scene archbishop of Greed. I don't know, like the way he looks. But is maybe it's not me, but like to be honest, I really wanted to associate him with the scene archbishop for Pride, because he has the confidence to be someone of pride, because you know look at like the white monocle, the white hair, the earring, his snarky remarks, like, and in this episode, he was like a very prideful person. So him being the Sin Archbishop of Greed, was okay. It wasn't what I expected. I just really wanted him to be the Sin Archbishop of Pride, but oh yeah, and what really is his abilities like in this episode? Let me just show you right now. Look what happens. It's basically the same thing as Gojo's Affinity, because there was this the strike did not make contact. I feel like that's the same thing that happens with the carriage when it was about to hit him. It didn't make contact. It was like it was about to reach and just ricochet off him. I don't know what's happening right now. And it was able to like instantly, cut off, her hand, which like right now my mind is on two abilities. It's probably a special type ability where he cuts off the space between like him and people, or like a telekinesis type ability where he can like force freeze things. Because the way he cut off his hand is like I would consider it a spatial type of ability, because you had to cut the space between her and her hand. Once you cut that, make it kind of makes I think special abilities make sense to me. We don't know his Archbishop Sin ability right now, since this is literally the first episode. Of course, we wouldn't know much about him, but anyway. And then we meet the Sin Archbishop of Gluttony, who represents currently Gluttony itself. His Sin Archbishop ability is he can eat people's names and memories, which explains why people kind of forgot about like who Rem is. If he eats both like names and memories, it kind of like erases a person. Not erase it, erases them, because I feel like getting your memories eaten is like the safest option, and then rather getting like your name eaten, because if you get your name eaten, you don't you people won't like actually remember you. I feel like that's a worse fate than death, because living a life where no one in the world actually remembers you, friends and families, that's freaked up. And this is why this episode kind of reinforces why I consider Rem being best girl, because she was laziness if during this whole fight scene. Like it was she could make a Dunkin' Donuts with the type of glaze she was doing, but like it was well one day glaze, because there is no because in her mind right now Subaru is the one and only the person who makes the right decisions. Because this is the thing I kind of thought when I was watching season one. It's like, so to the people in this world, to the netizens of this world, Subaru always knows the right choices to make. He always has the right answers. He's like a hero who knows, or he's like an omnipotent god who can do no wrong. To Ram's head, that's what it is. So in this episode, she was, saying how like soon enough a hero will appear and get rid of all of you, which she was talking about, Subaru, because there I think it would take a lot of trial and error, but like I feel like Subaru would be able to like actually find a way to defeat the Synod Bishop of Gluttony and Greed. I feel like the Synod Bishop of Greed will be the hardest to like take down because of his ability that kind of, I wouldn't say negates everything, but like his ability is broken because we don't know his ability. The Sin Archbishop of Gluttony is would also be a very hard person because we don't know what conditions it takes to like actually get a person's name eaten, if because Rem, even though her name is eaten, she's still, her body is still there intact, so it doesn't require you eating the full body to as someone's name should be actually be eaten. So like, if is there like a distance type of thing? If there is a distance type of thing, then we kind of need long range mages. But like, we don't know the full capabilities of how strong the senior archbishop of Gluttony is, which kind of circumvents my ways. But I feel like with a lot of trial and error, us coming back with Return by Dead, I feel like we'll be able to actually do it. We'll be able to actually, defeat them. We'll find a way. We'll find a plan to bring back Ram. And there's this amazing, like really amazing scene where like when Rams was, getting her name and memories eaten, which is another symbol. Like this scene where we see an adult Ram and a child. We also saw an adult Subaru and a child, which um for those who don't know, there is, I kind of had some spoilers which I really don't mind, but like when I was watching season one, they talked about like, was it the sloth path? I forgot what type of path it is, but if you're watching a review video, then of course. But like, this is spoilers from some tips for the pathways. This is like a path where like he chose to go with Ram instead of declining her. So if he went with Ram, this is the certain future he would have had. But like, I want this future. This is a future I want. Like Ram is for me. Subaru made a wrong decision by not going with Ram. I know the whole story is centered around Amelia, and there is a mystery where we gotta like, we know what's Amelia's connection to like the witch of envy. Why does like our abilities only require us protecting Amelia? That's, I know that it is, but like, I don't know. I just like this future. I like Ram. To be honest, I like Ram more than Amelia as the main heroine. I know the author is setting up Amelia as the main heroine, but I just like Rem more, to be honest. You might call me a Rem glazer, and of course I am. I'm glazing Rem. I will always glaze Rem. Anyway, after all that debacle of us learning about like knowing about the scene archbishops, we kind of come back to like Subaru and him finally reaching back home and looking of at all like what happened, all these disasters that happened, like because we just won like an epic fight with like the white whale, and now we have more injuries than we had when then we supposed to even have. We have people who actually even lost the memories. We don't know where Bram is right now. Like the amount of things that is going through Super right now. This whole what it says a lot. Like he's scared. He doesn't know what to do because in his mind he chose a path that saved both Amelia and Rem. But like Rem is somehow still not back. Like her memories are gone. Everything about her. She wants to save Rem. She wants everyone to remember Rem, but like now everyone has forgotten her a second time. This really hurts to him. And I understand his crash out. I would crash out. I would slap the doctor. The angle, like I would have slapped him. I'd be like, "You, bruh, like what you mean you can heal her? You're the fucking healer. Like do your job. Like how am I supposed to even do your job? Like, heal her or some shit. Do some kind of book crap because I'm expecting something more from you. But anyway, the heal. But once in the episode, it kind of explains what happens, so you kind of understand where the heal is coming from because there is no way to actually heal someone unless I don't know what circumvents us to get the names. Is it us killing like the Archbishop of Gluttony? Will like us killing it like bring back all the people's names? Because in this episode it kind of talks about how there are more people who actually lost their memories and everything like that. So that does killing the Archbishop of Gluttony bring back everyone's memories, or what is there like a way to bring her memories back before like what's this everything happens? I don't know what's happening. And then we because if when this whole debacle was happening, my first thought was the same thing that Subaru had when the healer when the doctor left was, let's just use return by death, because if we return by death we would have to like go through a lot, but for Rem of course, because at with the save point always changes for us. But because at this moment before Subaru even considered killing himself, he was thinking about how like the save point really has changed, because he kind of has to fight Pegasus again. He has to fight the whole white world again. He has to go all through that ordeal again, and that's like, but like he wholeheartedly made up his mind, like he would die as many times, he would fight Pegasus as many times, he would do everything to save Rem, because Rem is that special. Because if I was in Super's shoes, I would do the same thing, because to me Rem is life. Life is nothing without Rem. He doesn't care, I don't care. Let's just go back, let's just return by death 1,000 million times, because for Rem everything is possible. But the saddest thing is, even though he's kind of I want to say he was ready. He was hyping himself up. He was giving himself false confidence that he doesn't have. But the sad thing is, I feel like he was somewhat relieved. He was not relieved, but like our safe point kind of changed. Instead of us reviving where Pedagogus with the fight with Pedagogus, our revival point has been set to when Ram actually lost her memory. So there's no way we can, circumvent that. There's no way we can go back and pass, because I feel like if we, no matter how many times we die, this will always be our save point. Us, the save point keeps changing so many times, because again, I don't know why the Witch of Envy wants Amelia that bad, because you could have just let us have, Ram. But anyway, like I said, our save point has changed, which is sad, because in my mind I knew that if return by using return by death was that easy to save Rem, then the story would be meaningless at this point. But it's sad, but there's nothing we can do. We just have to circumvent and find like another path to save Rem. And I feel like the path to save Rem is killing the Archbishop of Gluttony. I feel like that's the only way we can find a way to save Rem. All right, and now let's talk about the final sequence of the episode, where we find out she kind of had her name. I wouldn't say she didn't lose her name. If she lost her name, people would want to remember her. She lost her memories. So this whole part was like a meeting to strategize what's going to happen next. And Park kind of suggests something that I understand on a certain level. I understand, but like I had to disagree with Park a lot, because Park wants like the well being of her master. She would do anything for her master, which I understand. But dissolving the alliance with us was like everything, because he was willing to like leave us in the dust, not do anything about the sin Archbishop of Gluttony. Because I feel like if you just let it be and do what he does, the sin Archbishop would come back eventually, would come back for more people. And like I know she only cares about her master, but like long term, her plan wasn't gonna work. There's no way to circumvent. We have to go head on with this. It's a all or nothing, because there is no way she would physically be able to like bring her memory back, no matter how many times she tries healing magic, no matter how many times she wouldn't be. I know Felix wouldn't be satisfied with the version she is right now. She because the person she swore loyalty to was her own master, and even though the person right now is her master, the memories, the bond that they had, isn't that of the same master. So it was warranted. I kind of understand why. I understand where she was coming from, but I also understand why Super was rushing out, because this alliance is something. I know they're like candidates to become crown. Like one thing that I don't. So why didn't the previous king just put like give out an like who? Why didn't he just tell who like the ruler is without like all this, debauchery, because a lot of that is because he didn't actually do a certain job, a good job of picking out the next heiress. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know. And then we have the last part of the segments where it was an emotional moment because you kind of understood what's going through his mind. There's a lot of crap going through his mind. He fought a lot. He's tired. Everything. He's stressed. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how to save Rem because Rem considers him her hero, and there's no way her hero couldn't do anything to actually save her. Like right now, there's so much emotions running through his head. A good cry, I feel like a good cry would, not, I wouldn't, it wouldn't solve the problem, but like it would help him, settle down his emotions, like clear his mind, figure out a game plan. What are we going to do? How are we going to look up for the senior archbishop? That cry was warranted. I feel like even me, when I'm like stressed out about something, or like something is just not going right in my life, a good cry just helps out a lot. It doesn't, give me courage or anything, but like it just clears your mind and everything that's about to happen. Anyway, overall, great episode. Can't wait for more episodes. Can't wait for more. I really want to know about the scene Archbishop of Greed because he's, even though he's the villain, I like his character. Like, like I said, I really wanted him to be the scene Archbishop of Pride, but you get what you get. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm Hunter, and see you tomorrow. See you in the next one.